All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Monday Night Call. I'm glad to see all of your faces on here. If I don't see your face, and you can, I would love to see your face because there's nothing like looking into a mosaic of beautiful, happy, exciting faces when we're on the Zoom calls.
And nothing quite like looking into a bunch of gray squares.
Yeah. Bunch of gray squares makes me feel like I'm playing a really bad, terrible game of what was that, tic-tac-toe game? You never watched TV. You don't know what I'm talking about. The Celebrity Squares game, whatever.
Holiday Squares. Or Celebrity Squares. Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares. Jamie, I know what you were saying. I was picking up what you were saying.
I'm a game show junkie.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I want to start tonight with just a couple of shout-outs. We have 4 new consultants on the team. So even though you're on mute, put your hands together and start screaming for Sammy Cruz.
There she is. Yay, Sammy.
Yay, Sammy.
What?
Get it, girl. Megan Warnick.
Yeah, Megan.
Yes, Megan. I don't know if I see Megan right
Michigan
now.
represent.
The glove, Cassie Runo. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah,
Yes, Cassie Runo. And John Carlin. Where's John at?
Yeah.
Yes. Congratulations, you guys. Consultant, that's the first step. That is really a huge thing to celebrate because that shows that you're out there talking to people and doing the do. And you can't get paid until you get to consult. You can't really start seeing the big money until you get to consultant. So way to go, you guys. I wanted to start, since Allison's allowing me to be the leader on this call, just to start with a quote. I like starting with a quote just to kind of get you guys thinking, and I'll maybe reference it later. But this was sent in a text message from Gary Vee. What?
He's hiding it from me. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can't read my note. It's fear leads to non-action. Non-action leads to no results. Stop being scared of the unknown. It's the boogeyman for adults. So just keep that in your mind. Think about that. Something to think about when we're out there working our businesses. I wanted to also start with getting the chat going. If you're on the call and you have been to a celebration in person, can you just give some love in the chat? Shout it out. Maybe some favorite emojis. Give us some woohoos. I want to see who's all been, who I'm talking to here. So really today, we're going to be talking about events. This is part of step 3. If you're on leadersrisehere.com, step 3, this is part of the plug people in, is really promoting events and getting to events. And we have a unique experience coming up in July. We have Celebration, which is the granddaddy of them all here for Isagenix. And this one's going to be a little unique with everything going on in the world as far as traveling and COVID and not being in groups, depending on where you're at, larger than maybe 20 or 50. There's usually, 15,000?
Yeah, 10 to 15,000.
10 to 15,000. So it's a little bit higher than the recommended number of people to be in an enclosed space for any period of time. So we're going virtual this year. And as much as I love Celebration, like if you're a yellow and an outgoing person like me, Celebration is your jam. You get to walk in and start dancing at 7 o'clock in the morning and you don't stop. So part of me is a little bit missing and wanting, missing that. But in looking at it, we have a really great, unique opportunity to get a lot of people there. It was capped at 15,000 and this thing's sold out every year. There's always people looking for tickets the week before Celebration. And we have an opportunity to use this virtually to get 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 people hearing these stories and getting this literally world-class training that they wouldn't normally have access to. So really wanted to just kind of focus on that right now. This is the time where if you haven't started inviting yet, I really encourage you to stop with the non-action and get going with the action, because if we want results, we know that getting people to corporate events, getting them in front of world-class trainers and hearing about this company, hearing about the compensation plan, hearing about the vision of the company. If it's something, I can't paint the vision of this company better than Kathy Coover or Eric Coover or Jim Coover or Travis Ogden, all of whom are going to be speaking at this event online. If you want to know the vision of a company, talk to the people who started it and who run it and who live it day to day. There's no better opportunity to get this company's story told than utilizing this virtual celebration. And for me, just a little story about Celebration was the first corporate Isagenix event that I ever went to. I drug my feet for about 2 years before getting there. And I had the light bulb was a little dim it was maybe a little 20-watt light bulb on in my head before. And then the floodlight turned on when I got to Celebration and got to really see it and experience it and learn from other people and see other people and see people who I could frankly relate to. I couldn't relate to a lot of stories. I couldn't relate to Allison's story as much. I was not a pregnant mother who was nursing who wanted to get home for her kids. I heard a lot of other stories that I could connect with. And I heard stories of people in my life saying, oh my gosh, that's you. Yep. You're the person. I want you to hear from this person. And this is that opportunity where they really can. You don't have to try to get somebody on a phone call with Susan Sly. You can literally sit them in front of a computer with you and they can hear from Susan Sly talking directly to them, looking right into the camera and speaking to that person. So I just really want to encourage you to get out there and start inviting those people. And the best way I found to invite someone to something like this, I'm going to drop a bomb on you here. So I hope you have your pen and paper ready. Okay, I'm going to use Holly for an example. If I'm talking to Holly, I have this virtual training coming on from my company. I'd love for you to take a look at it with me. Come over and drink a glass of wine. I'm not going to say, I don't need to come up with this grand scheme. It's not like I'm proposing to Holly. I don't need to come up with this grand romantic gesture to get her to sit in front of a computer screen and have a cocktail with me and really listen and be open to learning something. As long as they're in front of the camera and listening, that's kind of the main goal. Do you have anything to?
Yeah, I know you're doing great. The only things I would add is unlike other years, right now it is free. There are no travel, it's taken away any of the barriers and objections that you may otherwise get, right? And people are craving community. I am craving community. I am craving you guys. I'm craving, furthering this vision and what we're doing and, time together and clarity and purpose and all of the things that we get from an event that I think so desperately are needed in the world right now. And, we'll be talking about, I know some people on the team are already talking about getting together with your teams. Keep doing that. That's awesome if that's exactly what you're doing. I know Candy's talked about Arkansas. I know Barbie's talked some. I know the South Dakota team has talked about it. Jamie, you're in Arizona. I mean, we have people all over at this point, and we will be doing something as well. So if we want you to find the place. It doesn't matter, wherever is the right place for you to be there. There's a place for everyone, and if you want to make your own place, grab a flag, put it in the ground, and make it your place. I encourage you to do that. If you have a group of 4 or 5 people that you just really want to get connected with and create that sense of community, go ahead and do that. If you want to come hang out with us, you're a part of our community regardless of where you're at. Yeah. If you're from Arizona and you want to fly to Minneapolis and hang out with the Matthews, come on, get it. If you want to fly from Arkansas, come on. You're welcome here. Teresa's talking about it. So, coming from DC. Yeah. Exactly. Teresa slept in our office before. See, she's coming. Oh, gosh. Here we go. And so that's the thing, you guys. We get to do this business alongside each other. And my one concern with something like Celebration is that it's an easy thing to kind of do halfway. When it's virtual, it's easy to put, to have the kids in the other room or to put, do laundry during or do dishes and so right now, my hope and my encouragement for you is that you take it as, and we'll go over what the timing is. It's not that long of a time commitment actually. And, to really say, gosh, if I would be going to Salt Lake City for 3 or 4 days, can I treat this during this time as a chance to get more and more people there to really watch it with me? Come do this with me. That's one of Barbie's favorite lines. Come do this with me, and exactly throw in the glass of wine that Jake's talking about. Come do this with me. We'll have a drink. You can see the vision. You can hear from people that are doing exactly what you want to do in life. Don't just take it from me. Listen to them. If you come and you attend with me and you don't love it, we can just part as friends and not talk about it again. Have the posture of, yes, come check it out. And it's okay if it's not for you, but I'm going places with this, And so my hope is that you really take the times on July 17th and July 18th, and we're going to sprinkle in some social stuff around there. We're still trying to figure out what that looks like simply because of venues. I mean, I've talked to my sister about her party room. She has a beautiful party room we can host at a condo. She said, I honestly don't think it's open right now for reservations. I've looked at community rooms. So we're just trying to figure it out. That's the only reason we don't have something already set, because we care so deeply about bringing people together. And if your comfort zone or where you're at is, 3 or 4 people together, do that, honestly. But just do something with it.
Yes. And to Allison's point, celebration is all, when it's in person and live, it's something that's a 3 or a 4 day commitment. And what Isagenix has done with having it all be virtual and able to be very seamless and not getting 15,000 people in a room, 15,000 people out of a room, things like that. It's really, she said, Friday is, if you're in central time, all of these numbers are in central time. Friday is 6 to 9 p.m.
And that is the 17th, Jamie. Yes. July 17th.
Friday, July 17th, 6 to 9 p.m. 3 hours. Boom. That's all that's going on that day on Friday.
Other than if there are team events.
Other than team events, but that's all that corporate's putting on for the event. On Saturday the 18th, Central Time, from 11 to 2 is the general session format, and then there are also breakout sessions starting at 3 p.m. So it looks like there might be a little bit of a break in there from 2 to 3, kind of depending on the flow of events. I'm not 100% sure on that. And then there's also the gala awards from 7 to 9 p.m. that night. And those are really important too. I really do like those. That's where we get to find out who Isagenix Man of the Year is, Isagenix Woman of the Year, the Couple of the Year, Rising Stars. There's lots of different awards and accolades, and it's something that in person was one of my favorite pieces. And
Jake, why don't you share your philosophy about the awards with everyone?
Yeah.
Since I can hear it in you.
I really
yes.
100% believe that if you want to be in a place where you're in consideration for some of those awards and receiving some of those awards, I think it's very important to give those just as much of an importance and focus, and really sit in that seat and visualize them calling your name. And so in the live events, for an example, that's a time when, to be quite honest, a lot of people get up and go to the bathroom, or they go visit the Isagenix store and they go do these things. But I literally do not leave my seat. It's like that in the closing, like the keynotes. Like, I don't leave my seat. I literally sit there and I stand up and I clap for every single one of those people, because I know how much hard work and dedication and grind it takes to get to those places. So I'm really a big fan of the Gala Awards. And you know what? If you want to get dressed up for the gala at home, put on your wedding dress or your old prom dress that you fit into now because you threw a couple cleanse days in there. Like, go ahead, you do you.
Well, and if the gala is 7 to 9 p.m. That could be a good time to get together in person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
For those who are comfortable doing that and would like to do that.
We can have a cocktail party of sorts.
Absolutely. And then when it comes to, I mentioned the trainers and the excellent, if you haven't seen the list of people who will be talking at this thing, this is literally, you could take all of these people and spread them out over 9 events and have 9 of the most amazing events that Isagenix has ever put on. And they're all going to be talking on Friday and Saturday. I mean, I already mentioned, the Cougars will be doing an opening and they'll be talking about Isagenix 2.0. Travis Ogden's also going to be talking about Isagenix 2.0. Dr. Joshua Plant is going to do the Isagenix 2.0 product reveals. He's going to be talking about the new products. And if you haven't heard Dr. Josh Plant, he's good enough to just do this whole thing by himself. He's hysterical and amazing. And if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should do that too, because he's a great follow. Sarah Richter is going to be doing some of the education piece on the core systems and Zija. There's going to be a lot more Zija talk. So we're going to be learning a lot more about that kind of stuff. On Kathy's leadership panel, Lindsay Hofber, Susan Sly, Zach Slobin. I could stop reading right there and just close the laptop right now, and you guys should all be sitting in front of your computers on Thursday, just waiting and staring at the little countdown clock. But besides them, Sigi Siddons is going to be talking about connecting, following up, and closing. Delray Messer is going to be talking about 30-day action plans and really setting yourself up for a 30-day action plan. And that's not something that you only do for 30 days, and then the other 335 days of the year you kind of just coast. It's 30-day action plan, followed by a 30-day action plan, and then another 30-day action plan. If you really want to run for this and go for this and hit your goals, that's something that you do not want to miss, how to really put one of those together and execute it well. Hillary Courtney is going to be talking in breakout sessions. Michael Klaus and Lynn Hagedorn are going to be talking in a breakout session. Tanya Kirkpatrick is going to be talking about a lot of the new Isagenix technology and stuff that's coming out. So if you're a technology person and really like to utilize the tools that Isagenix has to offer you, and if you've never heard Tanya Kirkpatrick talk, she's the sweetest lady in the world and so knowledgeable and does this business so well that you'll take a ton of information from her. Tyler Dickerhoof is going to be talking up there. There's going to be some START members on a START panel. Whitney Beers, Mackenzie Arbald, Natalie Mulieri. Natalia, sorry. I can't even read my own writing. Emily Vavra is going to be speaking. She's going to be doing the keynote. I mean, these are legitimate world-class trainers and people who are excellent at what they do. And I can't impart enough. I wish I could step through your screen right now and grab you by the face, stay 6 feet away, but grab you by the face and make sure that you know that you need to get there. I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So of those names, throw in the chat who you're most excited about. I already saw Susan Sly's name thrown out. I know we have brand new people to the team. So these names, you're like, oh, it's nothing to me. That's cool. It's okay. You don't have to know that the names are cool.
It's okay. It's nothing to you right now. It's okay.
Truly, it will be. I mean, in my early days, it was, okay, who are the people that have what I want and what are they telling me to do? And I will trust and follow those steps and trust and follow that process. And that's really why we created, leadersrisehere.com. That's why the book Go Pro was so monumental to me in my early days. If you have not yet read Go Pro, chapter 7 is all about promoting events. And that's really what we have an opportunity to do right here. And I know we would have close to 100 people flying to Salt Lake City for this event. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe that without the barriers of cost and travel and, taking 4 days away or whatever, we can have more than that. We can have double that watching online. And that's what excites me so much, because that just means that this team has greater impact. This team people are going for their passion, their visions that are keeping them up at night. I talk to you guys, I hear about them, that you're really going after it and you're inviting people in to help them create their own vision, to help them create their own, team and to really find their success in network marketing. And what I love, and part of the reason that I said, who are you most excited about? Like, everyone is saying different people, the same, but also different. Like all of these names that are coming up, there's about 8 names that just came up, which is so awesome, because you will find your place. You will find what you need to hear from different people. Mm-hmm. Some people will land with individuals. Other people will land with others. And, just be thinking about who in your life right now needs Isagenix. Like, who in your life is sitting there just waiting for you to ask if they're willing to if they're willing to come check out Celebration with you. Who in your life is like, because I was that person, raise your hand if you were that person. We're looking for something more, but you weren't sure what it was. You were exhausted. You were, passionless. You were searching for a way. I've talked to so many of you about that. And, the events, the in-person events, when we all convene, whenever it happens, this fall or this winter, there's nothing quite like it, but we're going to do the very best we can to really take and use the next month to, what's the date? Next 5 weeks to really build to this virtual celebration, because I think it's pretty special that the company is putting this on. I think it's special they're putting it on at no cost. I think it's just a testament to where we're headed. I honestly, truly believe that 2.0 is a defining moment in the Isagenix history, and that those that really take it and seize it and run with it are going to have this almost rocket ship that they're able to work hard to lift off of. And then others are going to kind of go, well, I'm going to sit and watch. So, just think about what you really want this summer, this fall to look like for you with your Isagenix business. And whatever the answer is, it's totally perfect. Like, you have a spot here. If you want to come hang out and simply drink wine, please come do that. If you want to come and hang out and simply drink water, please do that. It does not matter at all to us. We are here to match energy for energy. We are here to help bring this amazing community and team that we know is so powerful, and to just really go next level. So.
Right. And I mean, something else that Eric Worre talks about in his book in that chapter 7, and I don't know how this works with a virtual event per se, it's the first time, but every person that you get in your team to a corporate event is worth $1,000 year end bottom line to your business. So if doing it for other people is not enough, if that's something that's going to motivate you to say, I need to get 50 people there. I need to get 50 people to this event, because those people will then get to the next in-person event when we come, and they're going to be bringing people with them. And that matters. That all counts. So really, like, working your business is working events.
Yeah.
And taking advantage of this free, very minimal as far as time and financial commitment to really do this and sit down with a notepad and paper and really absorb, really listen and hear and take in what's coming to you will pay you off in spades down the line.
Yeah.
I know it well. I've seen it over and over.
Yeah. And we plan on sending our kids up to Jake's parents. I know everyone's in a different situation when it comes, but just, be thinking about, like, what could I, what do I need to do to remove distractions so that I can focus whatever, at whatever level it is for you. Jamie, I think it's hilarious. You said the Minnesota accents are fulfilled for you on this team because Emily fires you up. Yep. I know, they're thick. I listen to my IG stories back and I hear Minnesota and I'm like, what is happening, Allison? So good. Are there questions? I do want to open it up. Any questions? Anything at all? Questions about celebration, questions about what's going on right now. I want to pause. We're in a weird, are we in a weird time or are we in a weird time, you guys? 3 months ago right now, we were wrapping up UIA. 3 months ago right now, we were together hugging, those of you that were at the Radisson Blue, hugging and touching and wrapping up University in Action. And now the last 3 months, this is, so I just want to pause and say, what questions do you guys have?
I wasn't able to go on the Kathy Coover call last night.
Yep.
I would love to know any, like, key takeaways, what she said, any insight there. I mean, I know we've heard a lot from her, not necessarily lately, but we've had a few opportunities to hear from her. I would just love to hear any, like, key nuggets from that.
Oh yeah, good. And they did post. I will put the recording in Rockstars right after this because they did post it. I will say she was fired up about 2.0. She is really excited about this shake that they're coming out with. It's the Isoline whole shake.
Whole blend.
Isoline whole blend. It is what she said. The technology has gotten so good that all of the vitamins, the ingredients will literally list kale, spinach. It's straight from fruits and vegetables. It won't list things like riboflavin. When people say they don't understand the ingredients, like, that objection will go away with the Isoline whole blend, because every vitamin and mineral comes straight from a fruit or vegetable. And so what they did with Bia, she said Dr. Plant has been instrumental in expanding that. So between that, specifically the products, she talked a lot about
just to be clear on the shake thing, the whey is still, like, it's still whey protein. It's not the whole thing. Yeah. I had somebody ask me a question like that earlier.
Sure. Okay.
Are they getting rid of Isoline shakes, or will they have them both? Do we
My
know?
opinion is they'll have both.
Got it.
She said it's not going away, at least for now.
I would bet it's a transition period.
Or a test. Maybe they're going to test.
A test.
Test and see what, if people, because some people probably love their Isoline. They don't want to switch. They don't want to mess with it, Yeah. A new bar too. Yeah. And she talked about technology. She said people were nervous to show her and Jim brand new website, whole new look, whole new movies, everything that, all the marketing. And she's like, people were nervous to show Jim and me, but we just sat down and we looked at it and we were like, this is Isagenix. Like, this is the story. I think just the story is going to be so much clearer from anything that people are sending, what you're sending to people. And, I like what people are adding in. So yeah, that said, the conversation pieces, she talked a lot about asking for referrals. She talked a lot about, I'm putting together a team, just little phrases. She's like, just get down a couple little phrases. I'm putting together a team of people that are passionate and want to have a burning desire for change in their life. Do you know anyone that might be that? And she's like, you can just use that. You don't even have to say the person. And a lot of times people are like, well, me, what is it? Tell me about it, And she said she encouraged, she's like, just pick up your phone and go through your contacts. Like, how many of us have contacts in our phone that we've never talked to about Isagenix? I do, and and just scrolling through. Yeah, she talked about bringing your family into Dream, if you're
now, especially with summer and how things kind of can change. And really, we talk about sharing our vision and our dreams and our goals with prospects and those on our teams. Like, your family is part of your team, whether they like it or not, they're on your team. But really, like, coming together and setting up expectations and times where you're working, and setting up also goals and rewards. Like, this is the goal I'm running for. This is what I need to do that. Get buy-in from them. And then also, don't forget to celebrate along the way.
Yeah.
Like, set those little goals. And if it's, whatever, if it's a camping trip, or, you can't really, I don't know if Valley Fair is going to be open in Minneapolis, like here, like amusement parks and things like that, like that your family really wants to enjoy and get that time with you. And when you do that, set your phone down when you're celebrating with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have a dedicated time where, like, I'm with my family, like, that's okay. Like, mom or dad is going to put the computer away, put the phone away, because on our schedule, this is our us time. But then on my schedule, I also have my work time. So that means you need to allow me that space to really get through. And then it's really being productive with that time.
Yeah.
It's not doing this thing and getting ready to do the reach out. It's, no, I have this hour blocked off. Like, I'm sending out the 10 messages, or, whatever number you come up with, whatever your pace is, whatever you're comfortable with doing over and over and over again, continually and successfully. Like, really just being honest with yourself and having them hold you accountable. I know my kids love to tell me when I'm not doing what I said I was supposed to do.
Yeah. And she, for those of you that don't, she has built three different companies in the field. So she talked a lot about how she handled raising Eric while building, and this is what she was talking about, bringing Eric along in her vision. And, she's like, I would, if I had my time with Eric, then he would be like, don't you have to get back to work, Mom? Cause she filled his cup. Mm-hmm. So, really being able to do that. And yeah, Beth has added a ton of good, Beth, those are great notes.
Beth's got her notes out and she's talking about it. I love it.
Those are phrases that Kathy shared, and I love that. And then, Mary, she talked about exactly sharing goals with kids. Holly, I believe Zija more products are coming. My understanding is the Super Mix. Don't quote me on it. My understanding is that is coming as a standalone product. And then the other one, what's the other one? Zango Juice. That was supposed to come this summer. So my understanding is
Sarah Richter is going to be talking about some of that stuff. And also Dr. Plant.
Yeah.
So look for those. And I believe Sarah Richter is going to be a breakout session time.
Yeah.
As I understand it. So just that's one of those things you just got to be there and on the computer and ready to go.
Yeah. And then the seasonal shake. Yeah. She didn't. Oh, the other thing I want to say, and I'll get on the seasonal shake. She was so fired up with how much this year we have already elevated. She said, we used to have a company-wide 400 enrollments a day, and we're up to 1,500 or 2,000. I mean, that is like year-over-year growth. She's like, and she thinks a lot of it, getting rid of the $29 fee helped a lot. She thinks just people, it's just the time. People are ready. People are looking. People are, and just the clear messaging. And she's like, I just anticipate that to continue. So it's like, grab onto the rocket ship as it's getting ready to go, and run your own rocket ship too, along with that. It's
the company setting things up for success, and then people who are wanting to take action and really taking action.
Yeah.
Like that changes everything. It's action begets action.
Yeah. And then, Cookies and Cream, I heard is coming out. I heard there's an old one and a brand new one that's never been, and I don't exactly know the timing. So Cookies and Cream is on that little shake removal, but then I know Tangerine and Banana Bread and one other one are on that as well. She didn't specifically say. I do know that Cookies and Cream is coming back because Tyler said it on one of his coffee chats in Impact Makers. And yeah, Holly, exactly what you're saying about not everyone is safe in their position. I have had more conversations in the past couple months with people who are really evaluating what safety really means. Maybe their husband got laid off. People on this teams who have spouses that have gotten laid off, and they're like, I'm really ready to commit to a season of growth in my business. And if people on our team are having that conversation, I promise you people in your life are also looking for things. Like network marketing is a true solution when there are questions or uncertainty or, you know, different things happening across the world. And yes, exactly. Set a goal of where you want to be by celebration. That's how she wrapped it up. So she said, really set a goal of where you want to be by celebration. Text Jake to hold you accountable.
Right here.
Did Beth just make that up?
Yep, Beth, you and me, we're vibing. Text me.
Totally. 6'5", I'll put his number in the chat.
651 468 1144.
She said, well,
come get me.
It was, yeah. The Svensson set up the call. So she said, text Matt and Amanda. But there's Jake's number. You want accountability? I'm not kidding. Text him.
You want accountability? No joke right here.
And please do it. So she said, where do you want to be? Beth, you're totally good. That was perfect. Where do you want to be?
Right.
What rank do you want to be at? And how many consultants do you want to create? How many managers? How many directors? How many executives? You know, so what rank do you want to be at and how many do you want to create? And text that to Jake at that number.
If you don't know where to start and you want to text me and talk about it, we'll get granular. Like we can set up a call and we can talk. We'll get it down to nitty gritty. Like we'll get those goals and you'll have me in your back pocket if you want me.
There we go.
So who's ready to
So that was kind of the Kathy call. I will put the recording in the in Everyday Rockstars. I just saw she posted it tonight. So
did we hit all the questions?
Any other questions? That was a good one, Barbie. Thank you.
Yes. Look at that chat blowing
And
up.
she really, I mean, you guys, Kathy is a billionaire. And the only reason she does not have to be doing this. She's a grandma of 2. She's a mom. She's a wife. She is her heart beats for the vision of this company and for the associates here. She started this in 2002. She said, you know, it was like my favorite line. She's like, I built to the top of 3 companies and they are all bad companies. So I needed to just create one that was good.
Yeah.
She's
I
like,
needed to make one.
She's like, I didn't like any of the options out there. So I needed to create one. And, you know, and she just was like, I was looking forward to this all day. I love connecting with associates. So, you know, it's just now is the time. We're just so excited for you guys. We're excited to partner with you. We're excited for celebration. Watch what's to come. If you already have in your head an idea of what where you're going to be physically for those 2 days, let us know so we know. And we will be, you know, we will for sure be having something as well.
We'll put something out as soon as we can get some details for you. If you need a place to go, you always got a place to come.
That's what we got for you tonight.
So thank you everyone for your time. We love you all. Go enjoy this amazing weather. And I hope to be seeing my phone blow up in the next 24 hours. I'm watching you guys.
I miss you, Holly. I miss you.
I'm watching all you guys.
Watching you. Horse show. I love it.